Hey Stampers, it's Robin with Simple Designs again, and Pumpkin won't be joining us today because she's asleep under the table, so I'll be really quiet. But what I want to show you all how to make today are these little snack coasters. Now, I'll put it up a bit closer so you can see. This is, I think it's a 6x6, and I cut it at like 5 7/8 by 5 7/8, something like that, just to give it a little bit of edge around it. And this time I'm making one for a lady. So I've already started out with this because it takes so long to get all the wrinkles out and everything out. But you want to use some Mod Podge for that's dishwasher safe, so you can wipe over it if you want to. And I put a little bit of Memento Rosebud around it, just to kind of give it a little bit of oomph. So I'm going to put you all down so you all can see what I'm doing. I'm used to the camera part of my phone being on that side, so if I look kind of goofy, if you all hear werewolves hollering or women screaming, I've kind of got the Wolfman playing in the background. For some reason or another, I can work better with that movie on. And my son tells me I'm a weirdo, but you know, I like the music. So here we go. Okay. Now, this is, y'all can tell I'm a mess here. This is the Graphics 45 that I got at Tuesday Morning. It has all kinds of different things in it, like old-timey, vintage, you know, whatever you all want to call it. And I'm planning on doing several of them with this. So, you know, you can't put a lady on there in her undies, right? Because I'm sure I would get all kinds of flack for that. And I couldn't find my roller a few minutes ago, so I took the brush off the end of this. And I've already put her hat on her because it takes so long to cut it and get it just right. You can see how I paper pieced that together. Whoopsie. Paper pieced it together. We're gonna put her kind of right here in the middle so she can kind of see what's going on. And I just take my finger and I rub that down really well. And then I'll take a paper towel, because this is messy, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. People love them. I made 2 sets, not like this. I haven't made the snack ones, but I've made the regular coaster ones for a friend of mine's having, sorry about the glare, friend of mine is having a horseback ride, and they're doing it for charity. So she asked me if I would donate a couple of sets, and I said, well, sure. So this is a little sticker that says, "First my mother, forever my friend." Now you can give this to your mother, or you can give it to just a friend. Whatever you want to do with it, you know, it's yours to do with. You can do just about anything that you want with paper crafts. And if it's not, as long as it's not the last piece of paper that you have, all you have to do is just get another dabbling piece of paper. And then, you know, it'll be all good. And you make sure that you get everything out from the ends. If you don't, I always go back over it 2 or 3 times just to be sure that I get everything. And since we can't leave her in her undies, we're going to put a dress on her. Now, I've seen my mother wear those old-time hats like that. She used to have some in her shift robe at home. And I brought it with me when we moved over here, and then I didn't have room for it. So a friend of mine is using it. And if she ever moves, then, you know, she'll give it back to me. But I just don't have any room for it right now. So you kind of have to make sure you smooth all that out, her petticoats and everything. I cannot stress that enough. that if you don't smooth it out, you're gonna have bibs and bobbles, or whatever you all want to call it. Bobs and bits. Isn't that what my friends from across the pond say? And then you can't have a mommy without having a little girl. Now, she reminded me so much of Shirley Temple. Her hat is pieced on also. So, let me see where I want to put her. Maybe in front of Mama, so Mama can keep an eye on her. Because, you know, you can't keep a close enough eye on your children nowadays. I saw the other day on the news where these people came in and told this woman she was abusing her child, and they needed to take him for protective custody, and he wasn't even a policeman. She asked for ID and they wouldn't give it to her, so she got on the phone, called the police, and they took off. I mean, you know, where's this going to end? I mean, you know, when are people going to quit being so mean to each other? And I just don't understand it. Everybody just needs to craft. That's all it is. Everybody just needs to craft. So I'm going to put some on her little dress here. Now that I think I've gotten all that smoothed as much as I can get it. Then we're going to put this on her. Now she reminds me of Shirley Temple, and her little doll reminds me of Elizabeth Taylor. Now Elizabeth Taylor was a classy lady. So, and little Shirley Temple, she was as sweet as she could be, from what I've been told. I remember when I was little, I got mad at my grandma one Sunday because I didn't want to go to church. And she goes, "You're lucky to go to church. Suppose you were like Judy Garland. Her mom and him never let her go to church." And from then on, I thought I was lucky, you know, because if the little girl on the show couldn't go to church, then I guess I really wanted to go. So Grandma had a way of always making you feel guilty without, you know, hurting your feelings too much. And I love going to her house. And she used to do a lot of crafts, and I guess, you know, that's where I get that from. But I love crafting. My son's been trying to talk me into selling all my stuff and doing something else. Well, I don't know what he thinks I'm going to do, but, you know, what can I say? And I know I'm blabbing, but I don't get to talk to y'all very often. I had to do a rushed one the past couple ones, so Pumpkin's asleep. So I'm just going to let her sleep, and I'm going to craft for a while. She used to not like coming out here. But she's got where, you know, she'll come out here now with me. And y'all forgive my chubby little arms, but, you know, they are what they are. And we're going to put little Emily right there. And then, of course, I know her name is not Mary, but of course we have to have a little lamb. Just so it can follow her. I mean, that's okay. And I'm going to make sure I got all these down. And then I'm going to let it dry for a few minutes. And then I'm going to put more over top of it. And you can set your cup up here when you have your snack, or, you know, wherever you want to set it at. But I thought maybe we would throw a teddy bear on there too. I just saw this little teddy bear, and he is really cute. I still have I'm 61 years old, and I still have the teddy bear I had when I was little. And yeah, I know y'all gonna say, I imagine it's really old. Well, it really is old, but that's okay. I'm older than dirt, so. But today has been one of my good days. And so, you know, I thought I'd just put some little things around and let you all know that I'm not as boring as I seem sometimes. I do have a little bit of fun. Everybody knows I have to watch my 90 Day Fiance, and Housewives, you know, things like that, just for the heck of it. And Yellowstone. Oh my gosh, have you all watched Yellowstone? It is awesome. I love that show. My neighbors got me hooked on that. So I'm just going over this with another coat of the Mod Podge so that I can make sure that when they put their snacks on there that nothing happens to it. Oop, got a little wrinkle there. Because everybody likes their snacks. And I'll have to make sure I get that out. But I hope you all enjoyed this. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. A thumbs down if you don't. Hit that subscription button because I'm going to get fired up now and I'm going to start making some stuff. And this is going to be for my craft fair. Some of my friends, they make the mug rugs. And I thought, well, if you can do it, you know, with fabric, why can't you do it with the block? So everything's clean. It's all Mod Podged. All they have to do is wipe it off before they use it. So God love you. God bless you. And hugs from Pumpkin and me from Kentucky.